Time check on Tobago updates is brought to you by Flow, Tobago's newest fiber network.
Put a smile on your face when you're moving from place to place. Good morning, good morning, morning, good morning, morning.
And it is now 6:54 a.m. Time check sponsored by Flow. Good morning and welcome to the morning show on Tobago Updates. We are coming live from the Magdalena Grand Resort and Spa here in Lowlands, Tobago. I am Adana Kumbi and this is the day that the Lord has made and we will rejoice and be glad in it. It is Friday, the 1st of December, 2023. Yes, it's the first day of December and we're heading straight into the Christmas season. As you can see on set, it's Christmas. It's a festive time here at the Magdalena Grand Resort and Spa. And we are going to have a beautiful show for you this morning. But of course, before we go into our show, we head on over to the news in 90 seconds, read to you by Tanika Cruikshank and sponsored by B-Mobile.
Thank you, Adana. I am Tanika Cruikshank, and here is your news in 90 seconds for Friday, December 1st, 2023. Brought to you by B-Mobile. It's a Christmas season with B-Mobile. Following the discovery of $59,008.25 missing, Alice Baptiste, a postal office leader employed at the Arima Post Shop, was charged with theft. A postal office leader reportedly collected a quantity of money that represented sales, but it was never deposited to the company's account, according to the report. After the fraud squad was notified of the situation, Acting Sergeant Edwards, with the support of Corporal Edwards and Sergeant Superintendent Groomed, conducted an investigation under the direction of Inspector Smith. Following the inquiry, Baptiste was accused of stealing a servant. A justice of peace granted her $1,500,000 bail, and she was expected to appear in Arima Magistrative Court on December 27th. She was granted $1,500,000 bail by a justice of peace and is scheduled to appear at Arima Magistrative Court on December 27, 2023. Members of Oilfields Work Trade Union gathered at the Point to Pier roundabout on the 5th anniversary of the shutdown of the state-owned Petrotrin refinery. They expressed their displeasure and over the closure. Speaking to the Blue Shirt Army, President General Ansel Rajat stated that the data from Pyra Fuel Trading Company Limited received under the Freedom of Information Act indicated that the state-owned business lost more than $200 billion in October 2019 and September 2023. He stated that Pyra is losing foreign money rather than earning it. Roger continually attacked the government under Dr. Keith Rowley, claiming that the closure was driven by more political than economic considerations. The Tobago House of Assembly Chief Secretary Fali Augustine is urging the Division of Community Development, Youth Development and Sports to provide villages with access to all Tobago multipurpose facilities. He was speaking at a town hall meeting on Tuesday at the Lambo Lowlands Electoral District Executive Council. The Lowlands multipurpose facility served as a venue for the gathering. To make this reality, Augustine granted the division till March 2024. He expressed his annoyance at the locals' inability to access the amenities, saying that they were not being used to their full potential. And that was your news in 90 seconds, brought to you by B-Mobile. It's a Christmas season with B-Mobile.
This Christmas we celebrating, cause B-Mobile they come with rating. So brace yourself for plenty prizes, cause this season will be the nice. It's the most deals and the most vibes and the most cars and the most price. The most giveaways, the most parade. Having a Christmas season with B-Mobile. I want a Christmas season with B-Mobile. Bring the sorrow with us to a Merry Christmas. Having a Christmas season with B-Mobile.
Top up, buy a plan, sign up or pay your bills. Enjoy the best Tobago Christmas. B-Mobile. Life is on.
Thank you, Tanika. Welcome back to the morning show. We are coming to you live from the Magdalena Grand Beach and Golf Resort here in Lowlands, Tobago. It's Christmas time, and of course, there's something brewing. But before we get into that, we're going to go into our birthday segment. Yes, our birthday segment. Birthday, we pray God's blessings upon your life. Even as we enter into the month of December, festive time, happy birthday to you. Crystal Celestine, she's celebrating a birthday today. Happy birthday, Crystal. We want to wish you the very best of your birthday today. We do hope that you enjoy it as you head on into the weekend. Have a good time. Celebrate your birthday this weekend. Also celebrating a birthday today is Tamara Beard. Happy birthday, Tamara. Coming to you from all of us here at Tobago Updates Television. We do hope that you enjoy your birthday and the weekend ahead as the festivities begin to roll out. Also celebrating birthday, Bishop Roy. It is your birthday today, and we do want to wish you a very happy birthday. Coming to you from all of us at the television. And Laverne Simon, it is your birthday today, and we want to wish you a very happy birthday coming to you from. We wish you a great happy birthday celebrating. Come with God's continuous blessing. We love you dearly from Lavian and Julian. Yes, it's your birthday. Greeting from your family and from all of us here at Tobago Updates Television. Happy birthday to you. All right, viewers, we are so happy that you to watch Tobago Updates this morning. The more, as I said, coming to you live on the Grand Beach and Golf Resort here at Lowlands Tobago. And who are we going to be speaking with on our show today? We're going to be speaking with Dr. Nathaniel Duke. He is the medical chief of staff of the TRH here, and we're talking about World AIDS Day 2023, HIV, AIDS, Tobago stats and developments. So we're having conversations with him, as well as Shelly-Ann Batiste. She is the manager of the Business Development Unit, and we're talking about BDU Christmas Village 2023. Yes, it's happening again this year, and we round our conversations off with, of course, because we are at the Magdalena Grand Beach and Golf Resort, we have to know what's happening here. So we'll be speaking with Mr. Jason Martin, and he's the acting general manager of the Magdalena Grand and Beach Resort, and we're talking about what is happening here, a special tree lighting happening here at the Magdalena. That's how our conversation is going to wrap. We're wrapping with Richard Morton, the senior member of Music Amateurs Choir. Gee whiz, it's Christmas concert. That is how our conversation is going to wrap here on Tobago on the morning show on Tobago Updates this morning. Viewers, we're always so happy when you join our program. We want to say good morning to each and every one of you. It's the month of December. Happy new month as we roll into the festive time. We want to know what you're doing. What are your plans as you prepare for Christmas? What are your traditions and customs? What do you do? What do you look forward to at Christmas time? Share on the live. Put in your comments. Let us see what is happening and spread some Christmas joy wherever you go. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to go for a short break. And of course, before we go, this is your opportunity to share the live. Share the live, share the live. We'll be back.
Hey, hello guys, welcome. Come have a seat. Oh, this is so stylish and I love the fabric. Darlings, you must tell us where you got your new furnishings.
We got them locally at Standard. They've got new chic European furniture, crafted from high quality material.
Oh, Standard?
No, it's Standard, their brand new Hive collection.
Experience luxurious European furniture at a price you will love. The Hive Collection. Now exclusively available at Standard.
So your car break down.
Oh, no, not again.
And you're worried paying a wrecker could mean a pocket breakdown too. But when you're insured with Tatil, no stress.
Yes!
A Tatil motor policy has lots of benefits that protect your pocket, like free roadside assistance. That's free 24/7 every time, as many times as you need. Tatil, where people are people. A member of the Ansa McCall Group.
At JK Tech, we bring technology to your doorstep. From cutting-edge laptops to reliable printers, we've got it all. Nationwide delivery and a new website for easy online ordering. JK Tech is your one-stop shop for your electronics and computer needs. Carrying top brands such as Acer, Samsung, HP, and much more. Follow us on Facebook and Instagram at JKTechTT or visit jktechtt.com. Quality tech is just a click away. JK Tech. Evaluate your shopping experience, your tech, your way. Call or WhatsApp 383-2651. Shop smart, shop JK Tech.
Suffering with Amplia. We winning with Amplia. We been drinking with Amplia. We winning with Amplia. Sign up now for 50% off plus a chance to win over $100,000 in prizes. Call 800-4663.
Let me hear you. Alright, stop, Mickey. Hear what? You will not sing in the concert, right? We will leave it for the professionals. You see, December 2nd, Harman is having a concert. That's the reason. You will pay your money and come. Because I know you're cheap, we have a package deal, right? So you can bring your friends, bring your family, wherever, and you'll be entitled for the package deal. Or there's an early bird because I know you're real cheap. Yeah, so you can capitalize on the early bird. For those of us who love bougie, we have premium seating and so on. We get complimentary drinks, special parking, etc. Here, who in the concert? We have people like Kashif Wilson. We have, you like that? We have Divine Voices. We're having a full band. And we're having drama. Yeah, we're having drama. So make sure you are there and watch till the end of the video for more information on tickets.
Pregnant? No.
Barry, why are you in here?
That can't be true.
No.
I never had sex. We never had sex? Oh. Nah, that had to be a mistake. Okay.
MI4 Security Services Company is the most advanced security service in Tobago. Ask about our cash and transit service. It's safe, risk-free, reliable, and timely. We provide safe banking delivery for all business types and sizes with highly trained staff, 24/7 monitoring, coordinated emergency response, and a well-maintained fleet of armored vehicles. Contact us at 660-7723 or visit our website at www.mi4securitytt.com to sign up today.
The Division of Settlements, Public Utilities and Rural Development has relocated its Crown Point office to Glen Road in Scarborough to better serve you, our clients. Our main office is located at the corner of Glen Road and Glen Road Branch Number 1, the building formerly occupied by Coastal. Our grant and electrical inspectorate services can be accessed at Number 2 Montessori Drive in Glen Road, Building 1 and 2.
Rotisserie, mouth-watering fries, salads, combos, and specials galore. Feeling for something to eat? Come and see. Our rotisserie is seasoned to the T. Kicking chicken, masala, and jerk roast. Crispy fries made from scratch. Who do you know can beat that? Or salads freshly cut and packed. When you taste it, you'll be wanting to come back. So come check us out on number 2 Robinson Street, Uptown Scarborough, Tobago. We open on Saturday nights from 7:30 to 11:30 p.m. Monday to Thursday, we're open from 10 a.m. to 9:30 p.m. and on Friday, 10 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. Contact us at 772-7443 and all social media handles at The Rotisserie Factory.
This Christmas we celebrating.
Put a smile on your face when you're moving from place to place. Good morning. Good morning, morning, good morning, morning.
Welcome back to the morning show on Tobago Updates Television. We're coming to you live from the Magdalena Garage and God in land. It's Christmas in a way. I knew we begin with our guest. He is speaking with Dr. Nathaniel Duke. He is the medical chief of staff of the TRHA. It's World AIDS Day. And so we're going to be talking a little bit about that this morning. We're talking about the statistics in Tobago and the developments as it relates to treating and dealing with AIDS and HIV. Good morning, Dr. Duke, and welcome.
Good morning, good morning.
Right, it's always a pleasure to have you on our show to give us updates, information, and education as it relates to things in the health sector. Wearing the cap that you wear.
Thank you, thank you.
Right, so we're talking about World AIDS Day, and we're talking about the statistics and the developments around in Tobago as it relates to the virus HIV and AIDS.
Okay, so World AIDS Day has been around for about 35 years now, and this year in the Tobago context, well, let's look at the national context, the country, through the Ministry of Health and also of the Prime Minister, is recognizing World AIDS Day. So nationally, it is estimated that we have between 14 to 15,000 patients in Trinidad and Tobago with HIV nationally. In the Tobago context, we have approximately 500 patients in treatment and care. Now, that's who you have captured in treatment and care. And obviously, when you extrapolate that based on the amount of positive results that we have had over a period of time, it is estimated that Tobago should have about 1,000 to 1,200 patients who are HIV positive. So there is a segment of patients based on the data that have not presented themselves for treatment and care.
Wow, and this is something that we should be concerned about.
It's always concerning that you have a segment of your infected population that are not seeking treatment and care, and that's nationally and globally.
Right.
All right. So that problem exists. In the national arena, we also have that issue where a substantive amount of the patients are not presenting themselves to the treatment sites in Trinidad.
I mean, I know there's a stigma that relates to HIV and AIDS, but we need to have these people in care and treatment so that, one, they can preserve their lives, and two, protection for the lives of others who are not yet infected. So how do we capture these people to make sure that they're inside of treatment and care?
Well, it has to be a multidisciplinary approach. The healthcare system, what I would say, is more or less the end of that. So you must have your community-based organizations, your NGOs, the work environment as well. So you must look at it from the point of view of a national strategy. How do you advocate to get these individuals into some form of counseling? When you understand their psychosocial issues, then they can move on to treatment and care, because a lot of time there's a mental barrier. There's a mental barrier to treatment, and there's also what is taking place in the home and the whole domestic issue. And so you have to strip away at those layers before you can actually get the patient to recognize that they need some form of treatment. A lot of people still do not understand HIV. They just don't.
And that is where public education comes in. I think it's important that we have an intense public education drive, not just for people who are suffering with the disease, but also for the general public to have an idea. So one, that the stigma can be broken, and two, you can have a better understanding so that we can be more caring for these people, for their needs, for their, as you said, their psychological situations and stuff like that, so we can get that level of support. So in your view, what kind of public education is being done or should be done right now to start breaking those type of barriers, not just for patients or persons carrying this disease, but for the general public?
A couple of years ago, there was a program with your number, and one of the things that we wanted to do over the years was to look at Know Your Status. And the Know Your Status drive built on the whole issue of ramping up testing. So, but in doing so, yes, we would capture a lot of people who would come to be tested. And then we went on to universal testing. So now in the Tobago space, you can walk into any healthcare, any health center, emergency room, or whatever, and you can ask for an HIV test to be done. So that's one. In terms of the education, now there have been so much educational campaigns throughout the world and nationally. But what we need to do in Tobago is more or less ramp it up, reinforce, because the generational gaps have now widened.
That's right.
And we need to actually meet the younger ones at their level, from the primary schools, build into the high schools, and into the tertiary level care. All right. So we have a lot more work to do. We have done a lot of work in treatment. Now we have to look at prevention. So there's a treatment arm and a prevention arm. And we have to really work hard on the prevention arm.
Yeah, and I think also the public education, I think it needs to be something that is very consistent.
And robust.
That's right. It can't just be a seasonal thing. It has to be consistent so that, as you say, we do the prevention aspect, because they always say prevention is better than cure. It's easier to when you prevent it than having to now think of how do I care for this and bring a cure for this.
Yes.
So, it's very important that we do the public education drive. I mean, of course, we have to have behavioral changes in our lives as well. You want to speak to that as well?
When you look at our culture, the culture of Trinidad and Tobago, so we have a unique culture where wine and jam, and we have a nice festive culture as well, and that probably breeds into some of the spikes that we see at certain times of the year. Now, what we should do in terms of behavior modification, which is very hard.
Yes.
That's a very, very hard thing to change human behavior. We really have to meet individuals one-on-one, right? And drill down and eliminate all of these, the myths that they have in their head, right? And once you can do that, and that takes skill, and that takes a particular skill set from the healthcare provider. A particular type of training has to be done where you can now meet people on their space rather than having them come in to meet you on your turf. Right? So that is where we actually need to go in the framework to really capture more, and also and provide you with the tests right there.
Right, and that's a lot of groundwork, a lot of footwork. You're literally going into communities, going into homes, going into, in these areas where people are to get this done. And where are you right now at TRHA, where the care for HIV and AIDS is concerned? I mean, I know you said we have 500 patients in the Tobago space who have been treated and cared for, but in terms of caring and the consistency and stuff like that, are people turning up for care? How is that rolled out?
Okay, so HIV treatment and care has been offered in Tobago for more than 20 years. And throughout that whole time, the process has been refined and re-refined and re-refined. So the treatment sites, we have the Tobago Health Promotion Clinic, and we have this the hospital. But as I said, you can access testing at any of the healthcare centers. Now, in terms of the medications, this country has done a very good job at ensuring that the medications are provided, the antiretrovirals. We do have access to PEPFAR, which is a Presidential Emergency Release Fund for the acquisition of antiretrovirals through the U.S. Embassy. So we have been working with PEPFAR for a long time in order to get the appropriate drugs in. So the drugs are here, and because the drugs are here, the drugs have made a significant impact with respect to decreasing death, right? So those who access care, your mortality significantly decreases because now we can control the virus, now your immune system will be appropriately reconstituted, all right? And then treatment, we always say, treatment leads to decreased transmission, significantly decreased transmission. Right? So the aim is to get everyone who is infected into a treatment protocol. And that is easier said than done.
We know this.
Yes.
Right? You know, I'm really happy that we're having this conversation now, because I really want people to understand that the stigma behind anything, as a matter of fact, is what keeps us back.
Yes.
So once we break those barriers and we lift those stigmas, then we're able to move for community as a society to rebuild the broken and for us to live comfortably with each other. Because I know for a fact that people live with this virus. They survive and they thrive once they are in treatment. So I want you to go and advocate for people now to get into treatment, to get tested, and to get the necessary care and treatment that is available. So I'm leaving this in your hands now.
Okay. Yeah, so we the physicians are the end part of all of this. To the public, it is very, very important to know your status. The emergency rooms now have universal testing that is anonymous. So it is now part of your regular blood test. All right, you come to the emergency room and it's a part of the whole battery of tests that one can order. With that now, if something do arise, then we do have the mechanisms to provide you with pre-test counseling and post-test counseling. So we're just not going to just give you a result and cause that traumatic shock. There have been an extensive amount of work done with respect to confidentiality. We take that very seriously, confidentiality. And in so doing, when you are ready psychologically and socially to get into the treatment protocol, we guide you and we stay with you along the way. So there are specialized pharmacists, we are specialized physicians just to deal with this aspect. And remember that HIV is now classified as a chronic infectious disease. So just like how we have chronic non-communicable disease, this is a chronic infectious disease that we are to treat. Just like your diabetes and hypertension, we are to treat as part of your wellness.
Thank you very much, Dr. Nathaniel Duke, there, Medical Chief of Staff of the Tobago Regional Health Authority, bringing us some statistics and developments as it relates to HIV/AIDS in Trinidad and Tobago, specifically in the Tobago space. Know your stats. Yes, it is very important that we do. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we always want to say thank you for choosing the morning show on Tobago Updates Television. We really appreciate when you view with us. We thank you for your comments. We thank you for your feedback. We thank you for your love. And right now, we're going to take a short break before we come back with conversations with our next guest. And in the meantime, this is your opportunity to share the live, share the live, share the live. We'll be back. Thank you.
All right, no problem.
This Christmas, speed is on us. Get up to 300 megabits per second of speed with our new Link Up Plus plan. Enjoy more speed, more channels, and free streaming for less. Plus, introducing Link Up More with up to 1 gig download speed. Download, stream, video calls, share memes, and more. Get free installation when you sign up in-store online today at discoverflow.co.
Tobago Glass Supplies has been a leading name for over 37 years in the glass and aluminum market in Tobago. We provide an extensive range of high-quality, innovative aluminum and glass products for commercial and residential use. Competitive prices with superior and professional services by committed employees who are guided by rigid quality standards. Tobago Glass Supplies specializes in the manufacture and installation of glass and aluminum products that are essential to today's homeowners and the business environment. We are engaged in marketing, sales, and installation of a variety of products. These ranges from windows and doors to necessities such as mirrors for homes and vehicles, designed and manufactured in-house or imported.
Put a smile on your face you're moving from place to place. Good morning, good morning, morning, good morning, morning.
Welcome back to the morning show on Tobago Updates Television. We're coming to you live from the Magdalena Grand Beach and Golf Resort here in Lowlands, Tobago. It's Christmas time, and our next guest is going to tell you all about Christmas and what's happening at the Business Development Unit. We're speaking to the manager, Michelle-Ann Batiste. She's going to tell us a little bit about this village and all that is happening, all you can look forward to at the Christmas village that is taking place this year, this December, hosted by the Business Development Unit. Good morning, Ms. Batiste, and welcome.
Good morning, good morning, good morning.
It's
good morning, Tobago.
Hey! It's Christmas time.
It's the most wonderful time of the year.
That's right, that's right, that's right. So tell us, what is happening at BDU?
Yes, Tobago, we're excited, and we're inviting all of Tobago to come down. Christmas Village 2023 taking place this year at the amphitheater of the Scarborough Library. So it's that space just between Victor E. Bruce Financial Complex and the library. We will be there next Wednesday, the 6th to the 8th of December, live in person.
Right, so what can we look forward to at the Christmas Village? What are we going to see? What are we going to experience? What's going to be there?
Okay, great. So the Christmas Village, what we have done is created a space, a nice, intimate space for persons to come together to do all your shopping. So we have food, literal food, Christmas food. We have the pastels, the black cake, the punch and creme, the homemade wine.
I get hungry and all kind of
Get
excited.
We have toys, so excuse me. So you can actually come and get your toys for your children. And at the lunchtime and afternoon, we have live entertainment, parang, spoken word, listen. You need to come down. People, you need to come down.
Yes, it's like a shopping experience.
Yes.
You get all your Christmas delicacies, the Tobago Christmas things, your pastel, your punch, your creme, for those of you who, indulge in those things. I mean, it's Christmas time. So a lot of vendors are going to be there for us.
Yes, we have 43 vendors registered to participate over the 3 days. We know many persons complain who got a car final in Tobago. Listen, you have no excuse. We've created this space and we've brought them all together in one location that you can come and do your shopping. Drapery, home furnishing, gift ideas, bath and body, shower to get that person. Come down and we will help you. Just walk with, walk with your money, walk with your credit card, walk with,
that's right. And walk with your big shopping bag to put all your other shopping bags in. Right, this sounds very exciting and interesting. And what time will the village be open from on each day?
Okay, so it starts at 10 a.m. and we close at 7 p.m. Wednesday to Friday. So you don't have any excuse. And again, as we said, we have lunchtime, we have giveaways.
You know Tobago people love
talent giveaways.
Right.
We have Santa appearing. We ain't gonna tell you what day. And we have gifts and toys. We have everything that you can think about. We have it. For a sneak peek in terms of our entertainment. You know our young lady by the name of Chantal Lindsay. We have Kashif Wilson.
Right, who is on the live right now. Actually, I just saw Kashif on the live. Good morning.
Morning, Kashif. Yeah, we have Lynette Louis, and Lynette has a nice jazzy flavor. We have Stephanie Joseph. We have Marvin Lewis. Listen, we have a packed program, packed 3 days, a wonderful 3 days of bringing the Tobago Christmas alive.
I love it. And I was just about to ask, what was the concept behind this village? And you mentioned something earlier. Tobago people saying that we can't find anything in Tobago. So that's one reason. And then you're talking now about bringing the Tobago Christmas spirit alive.
Yes. The genesis behind it, over the years, the Assembly would have invested in people's businesses. Over the last 2 days, the Community Development Department would have had their graduation of their vocational skills training program. So we would have pulled persons from these different programs, clients who we would have invested in over the years, who are small businesses, pull them all together and create a platform that they can showcase to Tobago what we have to offer. Par excellence.
I can only imagine, and I'm sure, of course, these pastels and things. They're made by Tobago hands.
The sweetness of Tobago. You know, I said Tobago food have a different taste.
That's right.
Yes.
That's right. So I could feel like I'm raising. I feel excited. I am going to this Christmas village. I know for sure I will pass through to see what is happening there. And I know events hosted by BDU is always well subscribed.
Yes.
So we're asking you to come out. You don't want to miss it. It's happening next Wednesday, the 6th to the 8th. You don't want to miss it from 10 a.m. to 7 p.m. So they have extended hours of shopping.
That's right.
I know the stores close up by 4 or 5 o'clock, but you could shop till 7 p.m. There at the Christmas village from Wednesday the 6th to Friday the 8th.
Yes, and the best part, it's free. You can come in free.
You see?
Come and sit and enjoy taking the entertainment. It is absolutely free for you to come in.
There's entertainment, there's giveaways. I mean, what more can you? Even if you're not shopping, pass through. You might see something you like, call a friend and say, listen, I saw XYZ. You know, I was looking for this, I couldn't find it. It's in the Christmas village. We want to thank you so much, Ms. Baptiste, for coming and sharing and bringing the Christmas cheer, bringing the Christmas vibe. This first day of December.
First of December, yes.
24 more days, people, 24 more days. And then it's Christmas. Thank you so much for joining us this morning and for sharing that information. So the Christmas village is taking place there on December 6th to 8th at the amphitheater there in Tobago from 10 a.m. to 7 p.m. Extended shopping hours. Anything you're looking for as it relates to Christmas at Tobago Christmas, come and have the experience with them. All right, viewers, we're going to go for a short break before we return conversations with our other guests. But of course, I'm going to invite you to help me, to tell them it's your opportunity to share the live, share the live, share the live. We'll be back.
This Christmas we celebrating. Cause P-Mobile, they coming with rating. So brace yourself for plenty prices. Cause this season will be your nice day. It's the most deals and the most vibes and the most cars and the most price. The most giveaways, the most parade. Having a Christmas season with P-Mobile. I want a Christmas season with P-Mobile. Bring the sorrel with us to a Merry Christmas. Having a Christmas season with P-Mobile.
Top up, buy a plan, sign up, or pay your bill to enjoy the best Tobago Christmas. Be mobile. Life is on.
So your car break down.
Oh, no, not again.
And you're worried paying a wrecker could mean a pocket breakdown too. But when you're insured with Tatil, no stress.
Yes!
A Tatil motor policy has lots of benefits that protect your pocket, like free roadside assistance. That's free 24/7 every time, as many times as you need. Tatil, where people are people. A member of the Ansa McCall Group.
At JK Tech, we bring technology to your doorstep. From cutting-edge laptops to reliable printers, we've got it all. Nationwide delivery and a new website for easy online ordering. JK Tech is your one-stop shop for your electronics and computer needs. Carrying top brands such as Acer, Samsung, HP, and much more. Follow us on Facebook and Instagram at JKTechTT or visit jktechtt.com. Quality tech is just a click away. JK Tech. Evaluate your shopping experience, your tech, your way. Call or WhatsApp 383-2651. Shop smart, shop JK Tech.
Put a smile on your face when you're moving from place to place. Good morning, morning.
Welcome back to the morning show on Tobago Updates Television. We're coming to you live from the Magdalena Grand Beach and Golf Resort here in Lowlands, Tobago. And of course, once it's a festive time, the Magdalena Grand always has something happening here. So we're speaking with the acting general manager, Mr. Jason Martin, and he's going to give us some insight as to what is happening at the Magdalena for the Christmas season. Good morning, Mr. Martin, and welcome.
Good morning.
And I must say thank you for hosting us this morning. You know, it's the scenery, and it's so nice to be outside sometimes. So we thank you for this opportunity. So we want to know what is happening at the Magdalena for Christmas 2023.
Well, I also want to say good morning to Tobago.
and Trinidad and Tobago. And thank you, Tobago Updates, and the viewers for having us on air. So it is December. It's Christmas season again. And the Maglina Grand, we are always preparing for our new guests and returning guests. We want the whole feeling of home away from home.
That's right.
So we're going to start with tomorrow, Saturday, 2nd of December. We're having our traditional tree lighting ceremony right here in the lobby. A nice big tree. It is a calendar event, so I'm telling you, mark your calendar next year one time.
Right.
First Saturday in December. So, at the tree lighting ceremony, it should commence sometime around 5:45 p.m. We will have some live performances by dancers, singers, and panelists, as well as some new talent showcasing right here. We'll have our Santa Claus appearing. So we'll have little goodies for our adults and for the kids.
I was just about to ask what Santa going to be bringing, because when I hear Santa Claus, I want to turn up to it.
Yes, yes. A very jolly Santa Claus.
Very good.
Then we'll have our tree countdown ceremony right here. We'll come from 10 to 1. And that should wrap us up somewhere around 7 p.m.
Awesome, awesome.
So that's our tree lighting ceremony. Now, it's December. Bookings. You have to book early to be at the hotel. Currently, our rate is $11.99, tax included, breakfast included. And that rate will run until around the 17th. And then 18th, we move up to about $12.99, tax included, breakfast included. Now, we have different customized packages for the families because we have different kind of room types. We have the king room, we have our double bedroom, we have our 1-bedroom and 2-bedroom suites. But I want to single out 2 particular packages, and that's for the reason some families, you know, you're working whole year. You don't want to clean up house. Pack everything, head to Maglina.
That's right.
So we have the Christmas with Friends rate. That's at $13.50 triple occupancy rate. $13.50 tax included, breakfast included. And then we have something called a farm jam, big families. So we have a 2-bedroom suite that could facilitate as much as that is $5,850 tax included, breakfast included. So you bring it across your family. Book your rooms. Now to book, you need to call 660-880, or you could email reservations@maglinagrand.com. Book. Right. Somewhere around the 17th of December, our golf course, our nice, beautiful PGA golf course. We'll be hosting a Maglina Grand Christmas Golf Medley. It's $800 per player, and there are prizes to be won.
So what is a golf medley?
Well, pretty well, it's a tournament. It's a small size kind of tournament. It have a few, it'll be measured through the stable for scoring, but the prizes, one of the prizes is an accommodation stay.
Wow.
Right? We have prizes like dinner at our fine dining, dinner at our buffet, and other gifts. Good? That's Sunday, 17th of December.
Talking about fine dining, you know, people like to come here for their little breakfast, for their lunch, special occasions, birthdays, wedding, anniversary, Valentine's. But now we're into Christmas, so let's hear what's happening.
Food.
That's right.
All right, good. So, the Christmas long weekend, I would say, commence somewhere around the Friday, 22nd, and should end somewhere around, I would say, the Tuesday, 26th at Boxing.
That's right. For all this nice food. So I want to remind our viewers about the tree lighting ceremony that is taking place tomorrow, because we want people to come out to experience a Tobago Christmas in a hotel where we light up the trees, where we come together, we celebrate, there's entertainment that is going to be taking place here and all like that, you know. So I want us to be a part of the Magdalena Christmas festivities. Book your hotel suites. Remember, there is the the 2 particular
Christmas with Friends.
Christmas with Friends.
Triple occupancy. And they are the farm jam.
Farm jam. So if you have
10 persons.
Up to 10 persons. So if you have a small family or if you have a big family, accommodations are available, but you must book, and the number to book is 660-8800. Did I get that correct?
8800, yes.
Right,
Or
so
email reservations@magdalenagrand.com.
right, and is there anything else you want to share before we wrap?
Okay, so let's fast forward to Old Year's, what we call New Year's Eve. We will have our signature Old Year's night masquerade gala.
Right.
That commences around 10 p.m. Should go until about 2 a.m. If the party go nice, you never know.
That's right, that's right.
Now, the price is $500, tax inclusive per person. We'll have premium all-inclusive drinks. We'll have live entertainment. We'll have fireworks, party favors, all the fun. You know, you really want to be with your loved ones at the end of the year.
That's right, that's right. And what better way to celebrate than in a space where there's ambience, where there's entertainment, there's food and drink, and friends and family. So, guys, we're inviting you to come on down to the Magdalena Grand Beach and Golf Resort. For the Christmas season, there's lots of things going on. It's starting as early as tomorrow with the tree lighting ceremony and, of course, all the breakfast and lunch and dinner packages throughout the Christmas period, as well as accommodations. And, of course, rounding things up with the Masquerade Gala on the 31st of December. Mr. Martin, we want to thank you so much for bringing all this information and for whetting our appetite as to what is taking place here at the Magdalena for the Christmas period. Guys, if you're not yet excited, I tell you now it's time to get on the bus because you just might be a little too late. But you still have time. You still have time. Call the numbers 660-8800 to book your stay and to get more information as it relates to the events that are happening here at the Magdalena Grand Beach and Golf Resort in Tobago, Lowlands Tobago. It's Christmas time at the Magdalena and you don't want to miss out. Viewers, we want to say thank you for always choosing the morning show on Tobago Updates. We're going to go for a short break before we wrap conversations with our guests. And of course, this is your opportunity. Will you join with me as we tell the viewers to share the live? So let's go ahead. It's your opportunity to share the live, share the live, share the live. We'll be back.
Let me hear you.
Fall on your knees.
Ooh, all right, stop, Nikki. Hear what? You will not sing in the concert, right? We will leave it for the professionals. You see, December 2nd, Harman is having a concert. That's the reason. You will pay your money and come. Because I know you're cheap, we have a package deal, right? So you can bring your friends, bring your family, wherever, and you'll be entitled for the package deal. Or there's an early bird because I know you're real cheap. Yeah, so you can capitalize on the early bird. For those of us who are bougie, we have premium seating and so on. We get complimentary drinks, special parking, etc. Here who in the concert, we have people like Kashif Wilson. We have, you like that? We have Divine Voices. We having a full band. And we having drama. Yeah, we having drama. So make sure you are there and watch till the end of the video for more information and tickets.
Pregnant? No.
Marie, why are you in there?
That can't be true.
No.
I never had sex. We never had sex? Oh. Nah, that had to be a mistake. Okay.
Put a smile on your face when you're moving from place to place. Good morning, good morning, morning, good morning, morning.
Welcome back, viewers, to the morning show on Tobago Updates Television. We're coming to you live from the Magdalena Grand Beach and Golf Resort here in Lowlands Tobago, and we continue conversations with our guests. As you know, it's Christmas time, so we're speaking with Mr. Richard Morton. He's a senior member of the Music Amateurs Choir, and we're talking Gee Whiz. It's Christmas, you guessed it. The concert is upcoming. Good morning and welcome to the show. And let's hear all about this concert that is coming up.
Good morning and good morning to your viewers. We Music Amateurs puts on a Christmas concert every year. So it's an annual thing. In fact, we have 2 standard concerts, one for Mother's Day and one at Christmas time.
We try to give you an event that will cause you to inhale deeply and exhale.
An experience. Mm-hmm.
Yes. So this time is no different. It's a mixed choir, and we of course have some guest performers who we hope will wow the audience. We know that after COVID, we came back Mother's Day, and people are looking forward to the same quality that wowed them at Lowlands Mall. This time we're at St. Joseph RC in Scarborough. Well, we performed there before, so it's a familiar venue. And we have a partly religious and partly secular program. As you know, Christmas is mostly a religious thing and also has its secular aspect. Mm-hmm. So we try to give you the balance.
For the culture of Trinidad and Tobago, yes.
And then speaking of culture, there's also pan involved. Mm. So we get to that. We are, of course, a mixed choir. Started back in the 1960s. In fact, we morphed from a male quartet to a male choir to a mixed choir. And here we are, 60 odd years later.
Wow, congratulations. And I know of the Music Amateurs Choir, growing up. I mean, if it's 60 years, of course, it's been around before my time. So my entire life I've known musical amateurs. When is the concert being held, though? This G-Wiz, when is it being held?
On the 10th of December at 6 p.m. sharp. Do not get there a minute late. You will miss a minute of the concert.
That's right, and you don't want to miss any part of it. And what is the cost, and where can we find tickets?
200 TT, and tickets are available from any member of Music Amateurs.
Right, and how do we get in touch? Is there a phone number or any way we can contact?
You can use my number if you choose to, 490-8495, or you can call 798-2678, that's Ruby Warner. And if we don't have tickets on our person, we can switch you to somebody else.
That's right. So that's taking place December 10th from 6 p.m. at the Scarborough RC
Church.
Right.
We try to do the Christmas concert at a church.
Mm-hmm.
The Lowlands Mall has been kind to us in providing the venue for Mother's Day.
Right.
But we try to do the Christmas concert at a church.
Right, and there's a mix of the Christmas and the culture and the, as I said, they don't want to miss a minute.
And we have Reloaded Steel Ensemble, which is a steel orchestra operating out of Dixieland and theater for seniors who have never played band before.
Ah, awesome.
So they are there playing the wares, and so we have those. Then we have Mr. Roger Sardina, who hasn't been heard for
a long time. Mm-hmm.
We have been able to unearth him out of retirement and get him out there. He is quality.
Of course.
He is quality. And he is going to, I think, shake up the place. We have Scarborough Methodist School. I understand they are coming with a 50-strong choir of children.
Wow, that's my alma mater. I went to Scarborough Methodist. I'm just putting in the plug there. So when you hear the beautiful voices, just know that they got this from me, from when I attended the Scarborough Methodist School. Yes, that's my alma mater.
I've been hoping to see you in uniform.
No, I wouldn't be in uniform, but I identify with them, and I know the choir directors. I've passed through hands with the choir directors there, so I'm proud to know that they're participating in this as well.
The director is Mrs. Joanna Douglas Shadband, who is also a member of Music Amateurs.
Right, and a young person at that, and very talented.
Professionally trained in vocal music. And she, of course, will be doing a solo at the concert. So you will hear her voice as well as her direction.
Right.
We have Darian Fraser, also of Music Amateurs, doing a solo. He's in Trinidad and practicing by Zoom or Meet or whatever. We are bringing a soprano soloist who performs with marionettes and other choirs in Trinidad by the name of Hermina Charles. She is worthwhile hearing. And we have a trumpeter in the name of Mr. Tobias. He will, of course, be appearing as well.
So people, you hear how much you are getting for this $200. It's only $200 TT dollars.
Dr. Mack will tell you you're getting $1,000 music for $200.
There you go, there you go. Who can ask for more? And it's happening on Saturday, 10th December, correct?
That's correct.
6 p.m. at the Scarborough RC Church. If you don't have your tickets, you can find any one of the Music Amateur members. Mr. Morton here, tell me your number one more time.
490-8495.
Right, so you can contact him there to get your tickets available already, you know, so just $200 taking place there. He said you don't want to miss even 1 minute, so you will want to pull up there by at least 5:30 to get situated, find your seat so you can enjoy the concert. Thank you so much.
You can also pay at the door.
You can also pay at the door. Thank you so much for coming this morning on the show. Of course, spreading Christmas joy. Gee whiz, it's Christmas, the concert coming up there on Saturday, 10th December. Thank you so much, Mr. Morton, for sharing with us.
Thank you for having me, and thanks to the public for turning out on the 10th.
Right, so ladies and gentlemen, of course, we want you to continue to stay with us, because coming up next is Beneath the Surface, and we're speaking with Assemblyman Sonny Craig. So you're going to stay with us as we continue our programming here on Tobago Updates Television. Ladies and gentlemen, it's currently 7:59 a.m. and the time check is sponsored by Flow.
Time check on Tobago Updates is brought to you by Flow, Tobago's newest fiber network.
This Christmas, speed is on us. Get up to 300 megabits per second of speed with our new Link Up Plus plan. Enjoy more speed, more channels, and free streaming for less. Plus, introducing Link Up More with up to 1 gig download speed. Download, stream, video calls, share memes, and more. Get free installation when you sign up in-store or online today at discoverflow.co.
It brings us an immense sense of pleasure as we think of the families in Tobago that needs our partnership. It's really not about us. It's about helping the families on the screen who they visited only yesterday. It's about helping families that are vulnerable, and without the partnership, perhaps they will continue to live in the squalor of poverty housing, indecent housing, inadequate housing, unsafe housing. It started with visits, and it's going to end with people having keys, people understanding that when the rain is falling, it will not wet them in the beds, that they will have proper roofs on their houses, that we will lead a strategy that will help with mitigation, but beyond that, that we will build the capacities of our community in such a powerful way that even the youngster that is coming up that says, I want to do construction, that we make sure we enhance their capacities.
Under the umbrella of this arrangement, several initiatives targeting disaster mitigation, such as minor and emergency awareness PASA, with rural communities. This initiative will facilitate the development of community action plans, which will identify priority projects and provide communities with the necessary support to successfully implement these plans, such as funding, training, and capacity development. 2. Building resilience to climate change in 3 coastal communities, as Ms. Messiah just said, by utilizing index use and GIS mapping. The promotion of rainwater harvesting and solar lighting initiative with rural communities. Our 5th project will provide low-cost option for low-income earners by improving living conditions and overall standards of living. We strive to uplift individuals and families in need.
This initial project, as envisioned by Habitat for Humanity, they are prepared to put into this project $1,445,000. I thought the director would have given the money, but $1.4 million from Habitat for Humanity for this program. And I wish to use this platform to say that the THA will match that dollar for dollar so that the project can go a much longer way in helping families. For the Home Ownership Made Equal program, the allocation in the budget was $3 million, and we are intent on taking it to $5 million. So it is $2 million more than what was allocated in the budget. I know you're hoping it could be 20 million, but as funds are available, we will see how much we can do. A home is not just a house. A home provides stability. A home provides security. A home provides a place where children can do homework safely at night. A home provides a learning environment where there isn't chaos, where you're not competing with the elements outside. A home means that your children that might now be vulnerable to predators outside because there are holes in the walls and there are breaches in the homes, those things are no more. A home means that your children have a sense of pride, of a place that they can come home to, a place that they can bring the friends across and they can play in the yard and so on. All of these things come with a home. There's a whole length of social benefits to be gained from having a home that is of value. And that's what we want to give to Tobagonians.
That was a production of the Department of Information, Office of the Chief Secretary, Tobago House of Assembly.
The Division of Settlements, Public Utilities and Rural Development has relocated its Crown Point office to Glen Road in Scarborough to better serve you, our clients. Our main office is located at the corner of Glen Road and Glen Road Branch Number 1, the building formerly occupied by Costat. Our grant and electrical inspectorate services can be accessed at Number 2 Montessori Drive in Glen Road, Building 1 and 2.
Tobago updates. Good morning, Tobago. Let's go. It's a brand new morning. Rise up to a brand new dawning. As the passion start to rise, the energy fill the skies. I say thanks for favor to wake up and hear my neighbor. 60,000 people strong.
Good morning, viewers, and welcome to Beneath the Surface. I'm your host, Jerry McFarlane, for this program, as usual, and we will continue discussing with members of the Tobago House of Assembly. All members, as I indicate from time to time, all members were invited, and I think most members expressed willingness to participate, and we're going fairly good so far, with members of the Assembly agreeing to this. And this program is designed really to look not just at issues or bacchanal or trying to take one up against the next one and that sort of thing. We try to get beneath the surface, literally, and get to understand some of the persons that we're looking at, we're chatting with, and to make sure that we have a good understanding about them, their background, how they operate, their way of life, how they move from one area to another area, how they move from business or how they move from public service into this sphere of public service or greater public service, where you are elected as a member of the Tobago House of Assembly, or whether you have been appointed as a councillor or minority leader, or that may be the case also, Minority leader is also elected by the public. So it has been an extremely wonderful experience for me thus far. And especially when I see the number of WhatsApp messages and emails and things that I'm getting from people who just commenting, you know, there'll be the normal political, don't want to say sycophant, but the normal people who will not like what we're doing. And we have to expect that, and to some extent we have to respect their views and their opinion. That will always be like that. There'll be people who just bent on being on one political side, and that is it, you know, but that is how they are. We just have to bless them and let them continue doing what they like to do. And on the other side, don't let that distract us from what we're trying to create or what we're trying to push for the public to appreciate and have a better understanding of some of the people who are elected or who they elected to serve them in a particular way, what they went through before they became members of the Tobago House of Assembly, you know. And I think we've been going pretty good so far. And as we move on, and there'll be, after the 6th of December, we'll be continuing with another program, which we start later in December or early in January. Quite interesting things are on the way for this program, and which I most likely will be involved, and so on. We have to find a way to reach people and to get people to understand the value and importance of each and every body or every person's contribution in this society. And you have to understand too that not because people are elected members of the Tobago House of Assembly, they alone should be doing everything for you, and you can't be empowered or inspired to do things for yourself. I remember even before I became a member of the Assembly, there are a lot of things that the community used to look up to me and ask me to do or help them to pursue or put them in contact with different people. And those were the early days of the Tobago House of Assembly. And I was a young boy just coming out of school, you know. So even before I entered politics, you know, I used to be involved in community activities. And of course, when I became a member of the Tobago House of Assembly, it became even more important, and you had to pay attention to doing these things and try to deal with people's expectations of you, especially after you've been elected, whether it's by a wide margin or a small margin. You know, we just have to do things for the people, serve them with dignity, serve them with pride, serve them with compassion, you know, so that at least people will get a good understanding of what life is like and how you, the population, you, the citizens, you, the persons resident here, even visitors, tourists, you know, we feel that you have a role to play as well, and not just only depending on your representative to do. The representative should be like a facilitator, and there are special areas that I think the representative should get involved, put hands on, and do things to help people in these communities. There are people up to this day, as I speak to you, are in dire need of assistance in some form or fashion. And while I'm saying this, I want to appeal to the public service, you know, to be more conscientious, to be more supportive, to be more businesslike, to be more helpful, you know, to just make a special effort to help the people who pay your salary when the month comes. Just be more helpful, and you see how far we'll go. Just be more facilitative, you know, just be more compassionate. So we have to do all these things, and these are some of the things you have to appreciate, understand, and get involved in as members of the Tobago House of Assembly or representatives of the people. We go for a quick break, and we come right back.
Welcome to Standard, and today we're launching High. It's our newest brand that Standard is launching, and it's where luxury meets affordability. We're very proud of this brand. It's taken some time to get the right collection in place, and we're also going to continue to improve on our collection as time goes by and we listen to our customers more. We've changed our suppliers for this collection to European suppliers, so you're going to get that European finish. We've been very pleased by some of the results that we've been seeing in response to it in the market, and we're so glad to bring it to Tobago and show Tobago what Standard could, you know, grow with them as well.
It's not just about looking good or having materials that are easily cleaned or sustainable materials, because the important thing about this particular collection is that it is quality. It is meant to last, and it lives up to the standard name about never beating on quality and price. This furniture particularly, especially our outdoor line, which ranges from fiberglass, plastic types of outdoor stools, outdoor chairs, even the outdoor furniture, it is built to last.
That's the importance with High, right? It's not only looking good, it's going to feature things that make your life easier, and it's not too damaging on your pocket. That's important for us.
This furniture fits the lifestyle of Tobago, of the Tobago customer, of the Tobago guest. It is the perfect type of furniture for you.
MI4 Security Services Company is the most advanced security service in Tobago. Ask about our cash in transit service. It's safe, risk-free, reliable, and timely. We provide safe banking delivery for all business types and sizes with highly trained staff, 24/7 monitoring, coordinated emergency response, and a well-maintained fleet of armored vehicles. Contact us at 660-7723 or visit our website at www.mi4securitytt.com to sign up today.
Suffering with Amplia. We winning with Amplia. We binging with Amplia. We winning with Amplia. Sign up now for 50% off plus a chance to win over $100,000 in prizes. Call 800-4663. Hey. Tobago updates. Good morning, Tobago. Let's go. It's a brand new morning. Rise up to a brand new dawning. As the passion start to rise, the energy fill the sky.
Yeah, good morning again, folks, and we just continue our discussion that we're having. We have Sonny Craig here with us, and Assemblyman Sonny Craig, welcome to the program this morning.
Thank you so much.
You come in here sweating, boy. Where was you this morning?
Well, I was part of a triathlon this morning, part of our Assembly Day celebrations for 2023.
We almost had to bathe you, boy. You're coming here sweating down the place.
Well, I have that type of anatomy. My both parents are like that also. Mm-hmm. You know, slightest movement. If I drink some water now, you see trouble. Oh, yes, just come out. That's just
so the triathlon was part of what the
Assembly Day celebration. I jumped out, did my ad, brag about how much we gonna beat them, and leave them in with smoke. This morning it didn't work out like that, but the event was great. It was great. It was a fantastic opportunity.
Explain what the triathlon is about, or from where to where, what are the areas?
It was called a triathlon, but normally that's a 3-leg race, but this one had 5.
A 5-leg race with the same person doing all the legs, or 5 different people?
Actually, it's a relay. So we began with
different disciplines on each leg?
Yes, so the secretaries, assistant secretaries, or admin from a division would represent in the first leg, which is a walk from just by the Buku multipurpose facility down to the beach. And we would tag the swimmer on the beach. He does a 120-meter swim, out around 2 markers, come back in, then he tags a runner. The runner runs to Montgomery Playground up there. Then he tags a cyclist. The cyclist rides to Lambo. He tags another runner, and that runner takes him to the food hub. So then the variation was nice. It's really 5 legs, and you know, you might look good in the walk, but then you swim a week, and you might redeem yourself in the ride and so on.
So on that first leg, who you represented, you represented the division?
Division of Health, yes.
So you had 9 divisions, right?
Yes, correct.
Okay.
Correct,
right. So any administrator took part?
Yes, Mr. Duku was there. I think Miss Sherry was there too.
Sherry, what's her name, boy? Sherry. I know what you're talking about.
Yes,
Sherry,
yes. I just the them just not coming to me at the moment. I'm trying to see the lineup. I have some nice pictures online. It's something that would be a talking point for the day, I imagine. So we could pull up the details as we go through the day.
Yeah.
But
That'll be so nice. But I wanted people to have an appreciation of what actually happened, and
Yes,
there are no incidents or anything like that, and
No. Oh, I saw some persons extended themselves, and whether I don't know if they were trained, they trained enough for the event, but I saw them being resuscitated, and I imagine that it's just a matter of catching a wind, you know. And I saw one guy lying down on the road after he came off the bicycle, lying on the pavement in Lambo. But I saw him later on walking
But he didn't crash or anything.
No. He
just felt that he just.
Yeah, he was actually my rider too, but he really pushed hard, you know. He came with a mountain bicycle. The other riders came with these thin line professional racing cycles.
So they're much faster.
They're much faster.
And avoid the resistance of the wind. And
yes, so they were in long before him, and you know, I came in 8. Our team came in 8 out of 9, and but it's all in good fun, you know. Bragging rights, picong.
And your team was health and social development.
Protection.
Social protection.
Yeah. Health, wellness, and social protection.
So the aim of this triathlon, so-called triathlon, was to do what? Just to bring people together, or to have a greater camaraderie within the division.
Definitely, and you see, where we are as an island, many times as a THA, we might be a bit divided because, you know, people function within their tribe, their division. And these events, you know, we come together and we have fun together, and we get to meet people from the other divisions. You know, there are people you work in THA, and somebody else is working THA, but you might never meet because of where you work. He's working in the quarry. Somebody else is working in the division of settlements. On a day like this now, you get to meet them and have a more intimate connection with your co-workers and so on. So it's a great initiative.
I like the idea. And people getting exercise as well. You know, it's like not like playing giraffe or something like that, you know, or even cards, you know. People get a chance to exercise and keep the adrenaline running and keep the blood circulating.
There were people in the movement with the teams who were not even competitors. They just came along for the opportunity. And you know, it's a challenge we might have in Tobago over time, where we will see the results of inactivity. So it's something like, as a division, we want to encourage as much as possible, at least in the division of health. We want to encourage that kind of activity, movement.
And let me get out of this sedentary lifestyle where we're sitting and just hardly walking about the place. We just move from the office, sitting down, drive into a car, drive back up below the house, or get into the driveway and get inside. You know.
Yesterday I was listening to you and Mrs. Williams and Sitika, and it reminded me of the distances we had to walk to get things done as children in another generation. And when I heard her speak about walking from Plymouth to what's it by
Montgomery,
Karut.
Yeah, by Karut. Yeah.
Buku, yeah, somewhere there. And that was normal. You know, I grew up in Buku, and them days can be about having a cooperative. Mommy would give me the bag and a list and the money, and say, go up to the cooperative and bring this to me. And simply,
just like if you just up the
road.
Right,
you get up in Buku and you walk up to Canby, you buy her stuff, you walk back down, and she double check everything and check the change and everything.
And check the change.
Check the change. And so the advantages of science and technology and the world we live in.
And you know, some people had that issue of you're walking a great distance to go to school or to go to town, and there's another walk you have to do before you go to school, is to walk to the garden, which sometimes just be a good distance away.
And to change your animals, and when they're missing, you have to go find them. So
all of that before you go to school. You know? And some of them principal at them time are making joke, just meet to school early. You know?
I think those of us who born before 1970 could really do a decent comparative analysis from what might be just a post-slavery lifestyle onto where we are now, where science and technology is so far ahead. We came from dirt oven right up now to the electric stove. There's so many comparisons you could make, and we watch it. We came from the big back TV, and now everybody have a television in their hand.
I remember
as a child, when one person in the village have a television, everybody gather up there.
Especially like when cricket playing or something, or international cricket.
When Ali was fighting Foreman and and Fraser in those days. So it's a nice comparison to make, and I've been able to do that comparison in a lot of things in life, politics and all. I've been able to.
And you're there with your Philips radio, boy.
Yes. The tradesmen especially always had the radio hung up on a nail.
Boy, yeah,
to listen to the cricket.
Listen to the radio.
And when sober's out, like all fall down. Right? Yeah, that was a great time.
And this boy in Trinidad, well, a lot of people had TV then. Noriga 9 for 99.
Yes.
And them fellas, that kind of commentary on those kind of matches,
Yeah.
Yeah, and that fella sing a nice calypso on it. Yes, I can't remember the guy name. But let me get back to this program that we normally out to. You're just part of this program, Beneath the Surface. You're a member of the Tobago House of Assembly, and tell us a little bit about your life. You talk a little bit about it earlier. You grew up in Buku?
Yes, I grew up in Buku. My parents are from Lekoto, so I always like to big
one from Lekoto and one from
both of them, Craig and Grant.
Okay.
You don't get more Lekoto than that. Yeah.
And how you end up in Buku?
Well, after Hurricane Flora, I wasn't born as yet when Flora passed, but after my parents got married in 1965, they moved to Old Road in Mount Grace up there, and then they moved on to Book Road because my father worked at the Division of Health, coincidentally. I'm on the Division of Health now. And he was stationed to work in Buku, and he found a more reasonable place on Buku Road, and he accepted that rental, and the family moved to Buku, and we never moved out of Buku.
Oh, so eventually acquired the area?
Yeah, but Daddy bought property in Buku, built a home, and I grew up in Buku as a consequence,
Yeah. But how life was in those days?
Oh, beautiful, man. Beautiful. As I was saying earlier, we experienced the best of. I had the privilege of living on the edge of an estate, which is Buku Estate, and we walk through the estate to go to primary school. That means you're meeting guava, mango, the whole works. You walk back home for lunch sometimes and walk back to school.
Which is not Buku School then?
Yes, Buku School.
Buku School?
Yeah, Buku. People teased me for years. When I say I went Buku School, I say Buku and no school. And actually, we began at Bon Accord. We used to walk through Golden Grove Road in them days.
To go to Bon Accord school?
Yes, my siblings went there. But Teacher Percy, which is the wife of the one immortalizing Lord Nelson's song. That Teacher Percy, his wife was my principal in Buku School in the late 1960s. And so she had us in a board structure up on Chan Street, which dualed as a Pentecostal church on a weekend.
So that was an official school?
Well, it had to be because I attended school. 2 teachers managed the entire group, and very strict disciplinarian Teacher Percy, but you had the mother figure in her. You had that feeling that because she was very adamant that parents must come to PTA and so on. So that school, we stayed until about 19...
on Chan Street? On Chan
Street, right.
I never know that.
Yeah.
I thought the first school, because people used to tease Buku people and say, I know school.
Right. So
if you went Buku school.
Yeah, man. I went there from 1969 to about 1972. We built the school that we know now down in the street. And we had teachers like Quinton Calendar, Royal Carrington, Fulton Alfred. I don't know if you know any of those names.
Of course.
Michael Duncan used to come to teach us because I used to sing in the choir. And the school was good. In my opinion, it was a great school. Teacher Percy was there, and she used to negotiate sometimes. She say, why did you hit so and so? When they call you to the office, and if you could explain yourself well enough, and I was gifted in that area, I got away from a lot of licks. Because I wasn't violent, but sometimes things happen. So, all in all, the time in Buku School was a great time. There were times...
you never run away to go on the reef?
No. My parents were that kind of parent. The village knew me, and they knew the standards my parents had. So if I was doing anything like, say, I take a chance and smoke a cigarette or so, they would know. I don't know how they would know, but they would know. But I never took those chances because...
These and the village really look after a child in a boy.
I saw children in my time in school run down to school in the morning, bare bottom, to come to Teacher Percy because they think their parents beating them too much. I remember being at the school gate. We used to get there early, you couldn't go to school late. And Teacher Percy pulled up with her car. And while she was trying to open the gate, we heard a crying coming. And when you look up the road, there's a partner of mine running, coming down in his shirt alone. And his mother is walking behind him trying to catch him. But he's running breathless. And he hugs Teacher Percy. And as he hugs her, the mother gets close. And Teacher Percy said, "What's going on here?" The mother said, "I tried to wake him up to clean the pig pen and he wouldn't get up. And he's bruised there." I could never forget that sight. I was maybe 5 years old. He's bruised, more like 7 or 8. And he's crying. And Teacher Percy negotiating with the mother and said, "Oh God, you'd rather beat him so much, ting. And Teacher Percy took it right down. The boy went back home. He had to get a little patching up, a little plaster here and there. And he came to school that day, So that
Was he only child or something? Or?
I can't recall. But I never forgot that incident because it stood out in my mind.
Yeah. Interesting teacher. I know those two teachers quite well.
Yes.
Teacher Percy and mother and husband and wife, I should say.
Yes.
Yeah. So you went to Buku school and then where you went after? You were involved in church and sports and that sort of thing?
Well, more church than anything else. More church than anything else. I went to Mount Pleasant SDA Church first. Then I went to Canaan SDA Church. My father worked with some guys in the estate in the Division of Health, that was County Council. And they asked him to come to Canaan, and he went to Canaan, and I've been there most of my life. I was there as a teacher when Dwight York was in Vacation Bible School. I remember those children, very energetic. In those days, when school closed, you're glad to have a Vacation Bible School to send all the children in the village. And I spent most of my life in Canaan. My wife came from Canaan. I visited Buku. Of course, when I was a student at Signal Hill, I would break beach and go on the reef. Now, when you asked me the question earlier, I was in primary school. Now I'm in high school. And
so what was the fun in going on break beach and going on the reef?
No, there was something
from
about
Signal Hill.
Yeah, but there was something about the school in those days that to me, the program wasn't together as yet. Signal Hill had opened in about 1976, 77, somewhere there, as a senior comprehensive. By the time we got there in 79, as a 15-year-old, a 14-year-old, sorry, I didn't feel the structure. We had just time to spare, just walk in the corridors. You walk the whole corridor on the top floor, you look into the labs empty, you walk the next floor, because...
They didn't have teachers or what?
I can't recall as a child, but sometimes you just get bored and the school wasn't even fenced at that time. So we just used to walk out, walk down. This time the highway wasn't complete, it was a dirt strip, the highway. And we would cross the highway dirt strip, go down into Lambo, down Moses Hill, catch a bus, and go home. This time it's 11, 12, you eat something and you go down on the beach, you catch a reef boat, you go out there and you're showing people the brain coral and the fire coral, and as a young fella, a Buku boy, you learn things and you're teaching as you learn. And that was exciting for me. That was exciting for me.
And then I suppose you went into business and so on. That's where I kind of catch up with you and realize that you were hard way, I think.
Yes. Well, of course, after O-levels, I went to work with Deborah Moore McGinn's.
Oh, yes.
I used to be her messenger for a time. And every Thursday I was in Trinidad doing things on her behalf, meeting really nice people who are part of my network still. From there I left. I tried my hand in America. I remember in the 1980s, everybody was going to America. So many people who left during that time never came back. You know the era. I came back. My parents were here and I had friends who wanted to come back. But if you came home in that time, you're hardly likely to go back because you overstay already. So when my first 6 months was almost expired, I said, "You see me, I ain't joking with the American people. Nobody deported me. I going back home." I came home. I joined the lifeguard service under Mr. Baker, and I served as a lifeguard for 2 years, and then I applied at TSTT and I was accepted, and I spent 13 years there. When they made an offer of a retirement package, I took it and opened the hardware store.
Okay.
So that is where I got to know you a bit better. Yeah.
That was exciting days, boy.
Yes.
When the young people of that era, a couple years ago, 40 years ago, 30 years ago, just were trying to do things and to be a little ambitious and put your hand on different areas. This kind of drive, especially when the THA came into being.
But that was a nice time because I remember as a teenager, I remember 1976. I remember the highway being built. And where the new gas station is now, Spring Garden, I remember Mutil Al Munan had all his equipment piled up there. As a student from Scarborough Second, would walk across there. And as boys, Vaughan Edwards, Andrew Kodjo, Ian Belgrave, we would stand up by the equipment as boys. And first time we seen a truck tire bigger than us. And we would walk around the yard and just move around, you know, and watch the highway built. And I was able to look at the politics from that time also. I was able to see and make the comparisons, because I remember traveling to Trinidad with the school choir, with teacher Percy, Royal Carrington, Michael Duncan. They were taking us to Trinidad. And I was watching a Trinidad development as a child. I saw new buses. I never saw a new bus in my life.
Yeah, they never used to send new buses to Tobago.
They used to send new buses to Tobago. They used to send some old Bluebird and there's another popular name, but there's a conductor walk down the aisle with a pouch in front of him, and he'll punch a hole in your ticket. And from that time, I saw the difference from when Robinson and Murray came on the scene, right up to 1980 with the establishment of the THA. And I was able to do comparisons, and I saw the growth. I witnessed the growth, and I also witnessed a certain type of Tobagonian who is rare. That Tobagonian is, I saw in the politics where the PNM put on some fantastic campaigns. And even I, as somebody who never supported them, I said, well, this time we're losing. They would bring up loads, the boat would come up loaded with supporters from Trinidad. But Tobagonians had a way of thinking, because they understood. They could have seen the journey.
The importation of the support.
Yes, and the place was, place was ram out with the red. I don't even think red was as dominant as it was.
Not in that time yet.
Yeah, different areas had different colors.
The foreign support.
And you saw the foreign support. And people, and I think Tobagonians sat down. And it's in the recent election that brought us to power. I saw that kind of Tobagonian resurface. Because during the 6-6, when it appeared as though the conversation that the Chief Secretary took to the PNM at the time at 6-6, let us share power. And you would see that they hold on. Because like somehow in their genes, they don't know how to release. And the people are watching. So when the results came in at 14-1, I was not surprised, but I was so impressed that we returned to that kind of thinking where you can't hoodwink us. We're seeing what you're doing. So during the 70s, 80s, I watched your growth. I watched you guys come to power. I watched you all function. And I saw election after election when we kept on winning. I even heard the conversation where Mr. London, when he came to power, I saw the progression and I knew it was going to happen. The thing is that the first thing they did was to develop what they call a Tobago Island Council. Because they realized the patriotic thinking of Tobagonians was
because the party was run from Trinidad.
It was run from Trinidad.
Totally.
And it took them more than 20 years to realize that Tobagonians would align themselves with strong Tobago leadership.
As a kind of Tobago-ness.
A Tobago-ness. And this is the weekend to talk about it. A Tobago-ness, if there's such a word. So then they formed the Tobago Island Council first thing, and they told Mr. Manning stay in Trinidad. Mr. London said, we're going to win this as a Tobago arm of the PNM.
A total Tobago effort.
A total Tobago effort.
And I could tell you too, I remember when, because the people in the party told me about it, that they had a big issue with Manning wanting to speak after London.
Right.
And that didn't happen. They said they're not allowing that at all. And Manning was vexed and threatening all kind of things and so on. And Neil Wilson,
yes,
Calendar, Orville, and some other hierarchies of the party, I was told, they insist and put on their foot. You're not speaking after Orville today.
And the tide was of such that they couldn't make any mistake to appear to be Trinidad-led.
Yes.
They couldn't make that mistake. And so they maintained that illusion of being a Tobago thing. But after the first term, there we saw, I remember being in church at Sabbath, and we were having lunch. And while we were there on the side of the church, a good friend of mine brought Mr. Manning into the churchyard. And we said, isn't this the Prime Minister? And he came in there, we prayed with him, because even if I don't support you politically, you are the Prime Minister, and you need God's grace to do a good job. So we prayed with him, and he went back house to house campaigning. That was how desperate it was after Mr. London's first term. And they made some moves after that that sought to solidify themselves. That's why it took us 21 years to move them.
Yeah, definitely. But how are you making out now as a member of the Assembly? How are you coping with being a representative and coping with the demands that they put in, the requests and the demands they're putting on you?
I'm enjoying the experience. It's not easy.
But you have mechanisms and procedures to getting back to people, ensuring that people in your community, helping them deal with the issues. All the communities have issues, you know.
Well, the challenge is this, right? Because being new, because many times you could be in the environment of politics, but until you sit in a particular seat, you will not necessarily understand and gravitate to the demands of the job. And it took me a while to settle in. But I think where I am now, I'm feeling much more comfortable. Based on the structure, I've been assigned certain personal staff who I seek to put to work as best as I can to meet the people. Because with it,
where your area extends to, comprised of where?
We start from directly opposite that road to going by Montalvin Beach House.
Montalvin Beach House,
yeah, okay. I think that is Orange Hill Road, I think, or some...
Montalvin Beach House?
Montalvin Hotel, sorry. Montalvin Bay Hotel.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Right, so you stand on that point, and everything on the right facing Buko is part of my district. So where they build that massive concrete structure that is rumored that is sinking, that's on the other side, that might be Pastor Baines. He's on the left, I'm on the right. So Grange Bay is my responsibility. And of course, going around, we have Buko Point, the entire village on the right. We go all the way through Buko Cemetery is mine, all the way up to City Foods. City Foods is mine. You make a right into all fields there now. And you go all the way out to the highway. Everything on the right side is mine. On the left, in that case, is WASP, Mr. Clark. And you go right out to the highway. Shivita Shop is on the left, he's WASP. The Shaw's property on the right is mine. You get to the highway and you make a right again. And everything right side, the First Citizen Bank in Chauvin, the Azar Tire Shop right down to Penny Saver Supermarket is mine.
Include Penny Savers?
Including
so Center Street is the area?
Well, that is the boundary line.
The boundary.
So everything on the left, of course, is WASP also. So when you're coming down Canaan Main Road, Stumpy is WASP, and the right side is mine. And from Penny Savers now, you go into Center Street, and you take a trekker line through the estate to No Man's Land, to the lagoon. That's mine. No Man's Land is mine. And then you go along Buko Beach, right back up to Montalvin. I don't know if you could brainstorm what I just
Of course, I know you're talking about all those areas, my hunting and diving ground and snorkeling and research ground for me.
Beautiful, beautiful. So that's the nice area that I have to responsibility.
Pretty wide area and pretty dense too, boy. Pretty dense.
Yes, yes.
You know? Yeah. So how you manage doing all these things in this area? How you manage dealing with complaints? You have people going to specific areas, they will call your number, your office. You have one district office or two?
One office.
And where that is located?
It's located directly opposite Morshed Supermarket. There's a pink house there. That's the office. Actually, it's over the boundary line because that area is past the Baines. But nonetheless, it's
a convenient place. That is almost center the area.
Beautiful. So I have to attend to Montpleasant, Buko, and Canaan. So I think I have a prize location. To meet the needs. The needs are so many, and I dare say the Tobagonian is suffering from, and let me use my words carefully, the journey of the last 21 years changed to a large extent how Tobagonians see things.
They have a tendency now to be dependent. Somebody just doing them or getting them a job or getting them a sunrise.
Well, I'll put it this way. There is a good friend of mine who taught me a theory or a practice called imprinting. He has birds, right? He takes care of birds of prey. And he sends them out and they come back. I said, how do you get them to come back? He said, I imprinted them. I said, what do you mean? he said the birds realize that regardless of what happens in the wild, once they come back to me, they get a food. So, and politicians use that also, right? So what we have in Tobago is that, and I don't think it's a large percentage, but there is a percentage that I believe that we need to work with, and just to show them options in getting ahead in life, yeah? In the absence of that, the point you just described will obtain, you know? So the fact that we won the election so convincingly, it shows that the challenges we have with our people, the catchment group is not that wide. Because once people understand the issues, and I think that's where we're heading, we will need to be continually educating the people. And this weekend is a great weekend to really put some education out there. I was able to be a part or to witness the youth debate yesterday morning, to be in the house, and I was so impressed. And I'm hearing in the conversation.
Secondary school children, right?
Secondary school children. I'm hearing in the debate critical points being brought to the fore that that the average Tobagonian sometimes doesn't realize. They were able to explore how we became in union with Trinidad. They were able to bring out forcefully how we are an older political civilization than Trinidad. They were able to bring out the economic powerhouse that we were as an island before Trinidad. And as rich as a Tobago planter, when I heard one of the children say that, because in this region, the Tobago planter was the guy every other planter in the region wanted to be like. So I was so impressed with that. And then something else got me, hit me kind of like so strong. Yesterday afternoon, I was at Pigeon Point where they gave out the awards for the
arts competition.
And although Signal Hill Senior Conference or Signal Hill High School took a negative rap because of the fight during the week, the winner of the competition came from Signal Hill. you know, it was a kind of like, look at this. And I hope Signal Hill children could be motivated by this. I mean, that was such an unfortunate thing that we were looking at online.
It's a wider community issue than just children beating children, you know.
But the fact that the winner, and there she was elated, man. And a teacher was there. She did a nice painting, but I'm here and I'm seeing all the paintings. I'm trying to pin down which one was hers. There was one with what looked like a ballet dancer, and there was one of these folktale, superstitious characters behind her. It was a real Tobago-centered piece, you know. And one of the pieces that really struck me, there's a guy who drew a picture of the island, and he did a painting, and he did what indicated were boats leaving the island from all the villages. And his idea is that we should become exporters. More than importers.
I like that.
And so you see what the young people thinking. So it says that we must continue the conversation. Sometimes we say things into the space and we do not realize how or who we are touching. Greatest little island on the planet, the chief secretary said it first. And these children are saying it continually.
Yeah, we had to make a big thing about it. I talked to the chief for that the other day. We had to have some, either we print jerseys, booklets, and all kind of thing. To be the best island on the planet, you must be punctual, you must be effective, you must be, and you put those last things in bold on the thing, you know, so that people feel that they have a responsibility to be part of this big drive, to be the best little island on the planet.
And
it's a number thing.
I mean, I sit in the company of the chief from time to time, and I know that these things are coming on stream. They are coming on stream, and I know once, but already, without that level of marketing that you're suggesting, it is catching on. It is catching on, and I hear people who I know are committed to the other philosophy in politics saying it. You understand me? And it says that once we could internalize it and we could conceptualize it, it will become a reality.
Yeah. I see.
Yeah.
That is one of the big things that I like about this administration and that mantra. You know, and it cuts across all parties. You know, to be quite honest, you know, it's not a political thing for a political party. The best little island on the planet, whoever is the administration, let me work towards that.
Yeah, because and there is something in our relationship with Trinidad that seems to suggest that some voices believe we must be somehow following Trinidad. And you know,
we are really sorry to disturb you, but we have to take a break now. They're telling me that for the last 15 minutes, but the conversation flowing so nice. So let's go for a break. Folks, we're coming back soon after the break.
Tobago updates. This Christmas, speed is on us. Get up to 300 megabits per second of speed with our new Link Up Plus plan. Enjoy more speed, more channels, and free streaming for less. Plus, introducing Link Up More with up to 1 gig download speed. Download, stream, video calls, share memes, and more. Get free installation when you sign up in-store online today at discoverflow.co.
Tobago Glass Supplies has been a leading name for over 37 years in the glass and aluminum market in Tobago. We provide an extensive range of high-quality, innovative aluminum and glass products for commercial and residential use. Competitive prices with superior and professional services by committed employees who are guided by rigid quality standards. Tobago Glass Supplies specializes in the manufacture and installation of glass and aluminum products that are essential to today's homeowners and the business environment. We are engaged in marketing, sales, and installation of a variety of products. These ranges from windows and doors to necessities such as mirrors for homes and vehicles, designed and manufactured in-house or imported.
Inner Health, number 13B Portmore, Scarborough, Tobago, with over 25 years experience, offering services in and not limited to microscopic blood analysis, reflexology, and the sale of a wide range of organic herbal products used to supplement thyroid, lymphatic, heart, kidney, and brain health, and the male and female reproductive systems. Come and chat with us. Remember, your health is your wealth.
As we were saying, Sonny, one of the issues that we have here is getting assembly people to respond adequately, efficiently, effectively to the needs of the communities. Some of them in some bad, some of them are some real serious needs. Some is health issues, some is infrastructural issues. They step going up to the place, they're flooring, bust through. They have a piece of cardboard on the ground and all that kind of thing. The house out far away. You know, one fella blind and he outhouse far away from him, you know. Roof leaking. Them kind of thing. I mean, it's 2 years now and some of these things ain't attended yet.
Well, you'll be surprised.
Not be. I mean, they start, yes, but they start late.
I'm in the division. I'm in the division of health. And I know I could relate to the needs as you're describing them. I could relate to the fact that Tobago right now, but a lot of us enjoy a decent standard of living, a lot of us, but there's a percentage of us, which I can't really put in a figure, that are really struggling.
You're telling me?
They're really struggling. And a lot of it comes down to where we find ourselves, and not where we find ourselves, but where we are financially as an island. The secretaries, I am in their presence. And I tell you, if they start to answer calls sometimes, nothing gets done. Hold on. I know you're coming at me. Nothing gets done. And I would encourage, because the assistance that could be put in place, and to get the communication levels up, I would admit that. But this journey and what we inherited is not an easy journey, because unless over time we could break down what we met and seek to have the Tobago public, the national public, understand what we are dealing with, and that will come. What I would do is ask the population to have a little patience with this team. We admit that we are first-timers in the chair. As I said earlier, sometimes you are wrong the politics, and you could identify certain things, but when you sit in the chair, it's a different perspective. So I'll have to take 1 year for the team and say, listen, there's no way you have to investigate that Sonny didn't answer a call, because the evidence is there. That I tried to call him how many times.
I don't buy that as any excuse. It's not even an excuse. It's a poor explanation. And I feel that you all should do much better. You can't tell me you're taking 2 years to organize your constituency in such a way, or your ministry, or your office in such a way that somebody could take your call, or somebody can, you at your executive council meeting or some other important meeting, you can't arrange for somebody or tell your constituency, see these 2 numbers, if you can't get me on my number, these are 2 numbers that you will get. People will answer it day or night, and then they will take a record of it and send it to you or something like that. I've suggested as well, they can use 211 contact center. They could generate.
Go on.
They could generate what you call tickets. Anybody call, they want to see Sonny Craig, generate a ticket for you. What is your complaint? My complaint is that my house is leaking. I want some assistance to repair my house. The brace wall going down to the road, the house leaning, and so on. I want some assistance, please.
Right.
They will take that information from who, at what time, what day, what week, what time of the year, they date it, and send it to a special area to you.
Clearing desk.
A clearing desk, or whatever you want to call it. They will send this message direct to your constituency or you. You will review that, all these things every day, and tell the person, and the 211 could set up a system, say, well, listen, we will get back to you. When I get in touch with Mr. Craig, we will call you back and tell you what is he proposing.
Well,
that is a simple thing. We did that for San Fernando Regional Corporation. We stay right here, set up a system where people from San Fernando could call 211 and tell them about a complaint in San Fernando, and then we make all the arrangements.
It's the first time you're sharing that.
I say that to some of the reps already.
Oh, you mean during the season of
I talk during the season. I tell nobody during it, but two other members.
I think it's worth considering.
If we did it for San Fernando, why we can't do it for ourselves? This is a THA.
We could consider it. I think we could consider it. It sounds reasonable, and
what you want is feedback and good response for what the people say.
And
you
sometimes
can't complain.
Sometimes I believe what's happening is that our secretaries are so immersed in trying to deliver. Hold on. so immersed in trying to deliver that this idea you shared, and I know it's out there now, it's a grand idea, and I think it's something we definitely will consider, definitely.
Yeah, but you just have to have a system.
But
even if you don't want.
But this transition has not been easy.
I know it is very difficult. It's very difficult. But you can't sit down and have that making. After 2 years, that should not be a reasonable excuse. After 2 years,
I don't make it excuse. I just mean a reality check on what we have to deal with.
Deal with people. The public service is very slow in dealing and helping the situation. They're very immersed in their ineffective way of operating.
Well,
you have to find a way of getting around that, or using certain people who are quite cooperative with you to get your things done or to push up, to get feedback.
Well, there are chains of command, and there is a whole check and balance scheme even within the public service, and once we go along with the established protocols in dealing with errant workers, I don't think we'll have a problem. So in many cases, of course, the political directorate has to answer in many cases for matters that it's really outside of their hands directly. In the first case, if I have a staff who is, as a public servant, who is, like, for example, continually tardy, never comes to work on time, I have a responsibility to say, Mr. McFarlane, we're going on here, look at this, and then there's another layer of intervention where the person could be written up and so on. Let the protocol work, and
I used to do that and let the protocol work in my time. And when I started, I was an assistant secretary in the THA. The next term, I was secretary. But what I'm making at that time, for example, Plymouth School and Bethesda School, and I think Blackrock was saying that the benches mashing up. Them benches are since mostly 30 or 40 years before. The benches on the school mashing up. Education said they have no money to buy any benches right now. You know what I did? Me ain't worried to go to works. I just go by a fella called Niles or Isles or something at URP and tell them, listen, I have some problem here, will you help me? This school has some benches, some of them beyond repair. See if you get some material and build them back, join them back, straighten them up, clean them up, shave up the top and thing, because all of them had some dirt and muck and thing on top of the desk.
Children was right on them and dirty them up and thing.
We had a truck. I take one of them truck in agriculture. He take his truck in URP. We go down, we load up the thing. They send all them broke up benches to URP.
But I feel we had to go through this system, me and you. And
you just have to find ways. I doesn't take any excuse where people say they have no money, I just find ways to get around the whole thing. I want you to do a sector study report.
You about to go in your pocket to run a division?
You have to do that from time to time, but at the same time, I wanted to see what is the state of agriculture at my time. We wanted to do an agricultural sector study. The first thing they tell me, they have no money.
But Mark, maybe we need to talk about Tobago and financing then. That is
I'm saying yes, that is a serious issue, but you can't sit down and wait. I'll just give you the example.
Why are you saying people sitting and waiting?
You can't sit down and just wait and just
that is not what obtains at the moment.
You have to find alternative ways of financing some of your projects.
That is a work in progress. We get in there. We get in there. 2 years to collect 21 years of abuse and misuse. I think you're being unfair. I think you're being unfair.
I don't know whether I'm being unfair.
I understand the reality that if a man is hungry right now, to tell him to wait a month before he could get a meal, I mean, it's unconscionable,
Yeah, but however, people have a saying for that,
However,
full belly man, there's still hungry belly man, take heart.
I like
full belly man telling hungry belly man, take heart.
But I'm going to bat with the team at this time. I understand your points.
Boy,
I understand the points, and I know I'm listening. I'm hearing what you're saying. However, where we are, we are doing our best, and we are continually looking for ways to alleviate the challenges we have having on the island. I take a point.
One of the classical examples I did, we want to have an idea of the sector study, a sector study for agriculture. First thing the administrator or the technical officer tell me we have no funds, Mr. McFarlane. I say, all right, no funds.
Like we had to pull you out every time. And
no, we had not really that. But I say, listen, all these international agencies, some of them under the UN and so on, they can't do nothing, boy. So we had a team just looking at all those international. We contact ICA, IICA, International Corporation of American in Agriculture, something like that. And ICA decided, I contact them and say, yes, Mr. McFarlane will fund this thing for you. They pay all the consultants who have all the contribution, do all the research
and I hope,
for the agriculture sector study.
I hope that
we didn't sit down. I didn't sit down and say, wait.
I am saying, when our efforts bear fruit, I hope that God spare your life to be the one to do the interviews. I hope that you will be sitting right there while our secretary sits here,
I'm saying,
and we could rehash these days. But all in all, I am saying that since I've joined this team and since I've been in the THA, I am seeing where Tobago is loaded with potential, loaded with resources. However, we still need to broker a better deal with Trinidad, especially as far as finance is concerned.
That must go on. That should happen. That should continue.
Our autonomy conversation.
Intensify the effort, but at the same time, you have to look at other methods to get things done.
And
just can't sit back and wait.
We are continually exploring other methods. Yeah,
try to find other ways and so on.
As a man who has been in the fight for such a long time, even before you became a journalist and even before you were a member of the THA, you must appreciate that this job and the persons and the systems that we are up against are not your everyday normal occurrences that you could just fan over very easily.
Yeah.
Because
people have to know.
Because there is a whole train. There's a whole train in the politics that is continually working to undermine us and just to get the enemy back into power. And that is sorry to be so. That is the politics we're dealing with.
Yeah. And there are times when you had to put the politics aside.
Of course.
Calendar and I had a bruising battle in 1984 for that same seat that I eventually won. A bruising battle, you know. That was a seat that they expect to win. I had this young boy, 23 or something years old. They said, Jerry, you have to contest and find a way to beat this man. I had a team, Annette Alfred and some other people and thing, and Rennie Dumas and others. They really
Dumas was on your side?
Yeah, Dumas was on my side. There's some differences in NER and thing. He jumped to the PNM, you know, but at the same time. But the point I'm making, there are times when you had to really try. After I won the thing,
I don't like why you're suggesting that we're not trying.
I'm saying you have to try harder. I'm talking about
we will not rest until Tobago gets its just due. Every Tobagonian...
You have to work hard at that, but you can't work hard at that and stay that alone. The point I'm making is that sometimes, like what I did, after Calendar, I beat Calendar. Calendar and I never one the other quarrel out or cuss out. We became very good friends until this day.
And I'm not disputing that
respect for each other.
Yes.
There are different things that I could have asked him to do or arrange or repair or get through. Same thing with he. He could have asked me to do anything for him. I give him advice.
But I don't think
he'd give me advice.
Anybody.
That is the kind of thing. We're bruising political battle.
And
we talk
have a similar experience.
We're good friends.
We have a similar experience.
That is the kind of thing that people have to culture in this place. And don't feel, let me fight and battle on the election day or before the election day. After that, let me try and work together as a people.
Well, I don't see anything different. I can't
people.
Because, like, Saturday I was in church, and right there, my seat was Kelvin Morris on one side and Lawrence Hislop. Right? And we were sharing banter, compliments, good ministry. We have a good, and I listen to them in the media and I listen to them, and what they're saying is so distant and incomprehensible, but still, we still share that kind of camaraderie. So
that is important. You have to know where to cross the line.
You must know. And Mr. Islabel, I extended my condolences to him. You know, he buried his aunt yesterday. Sorry, I couldn't be there. And the family and I do well because, you know, they are Adventist stock also. We have good history. So, be that as it may, but still, there is the battle ahead of us. We are in no way out of the woods. The battle is not against the PNM as much as the battle is for the people of Tobago. is to get the people of Tobago to a place
I like what you say that.
where they could breathe, where they could experience. I ask people, they come to my district office all the time and ask for assistance. And people come to me, women come, they have children, the men are not minding the children. You know this, you know the drill. And we converse, and I might ask them, I said, what was your dream as a child? And they say, what do you mean, Mr. Craig? I said, what you wanted to be? I mean, when I was a boy in primary school, I wanted to be a pilot. Many boys wanted to be pilot. Some of these girls, some of these ladies, and some of the young men want to be pilot, doctor, really ambitious. I said, what went wrong? And they would tell you straight up, I got a child when I didn't plan for it. Or my daddy died, and as a result, mommy took me out of school. And so we have a lot of, the social challenges we have, we're not born just like that. People are living the life, the best life they have. And sometimes people are cornered and they're hungry, and the only thing they could see is the pawpaw across by your fence. And all of a sudden they pick it and they feel justified in doing it. Yeah. So we have a society that has been shaped over time, because you might remember, I remember when mommy sent me by Miss Punsi to drop a piece of cloth to make a dress, right? So then she might send a bread too. Miss Punsi will send back 2 zabuka. And we live in a kind of way where, you know, people, we didn't get all the social challenges we have now. But we need to restore the village. We have a lot of work to do in restoring the village and restoring these positive hallmarks that we held dear as Tobagonians a generation or 2 ago. So,
as we close, you know, there's a particular Tobago saying that I find is another one that I have. They say, beg water can't boil kettle head. You know what I mean? You can't beg people for water enough to get enough water to boil kettle head. You know kettle head big?
Yes.
So when we try to force and beg for some financing, you know, well, we're entitled to, of course, you know, to request as required by law. You know, some people think that you're begging, but at the same time, you can't beg for water enough to boil kettle head.
But you know,
you can't beg enough for money. You have to find a way to use other resources to get the water to ensure the kettle head boil.
But do you know that if the Tobago people, or when the Tobago people come on board fully with this struggle, we will not have to beg. We will not have to beg. And let's pray and work together, because sometimes in the conversation, it seems as though when you come, like, people are critical of the THA for seeking to take central government to court to get $160-something million. And in my experience in the politics, Trinidad politics likes a Tobago politician that wants to sit down and converse and want to sit down and negotiate. They like you like that. Because the tricky Dardian comes out in them. I'm talking about politicians. I'm not talking about my good friends in Trinidad, the average man. I'm talking about a little group of people who lead. So sometimes that is why some of our politicians had short political lifespan. Because from the time you get up in their face and say, listen, you signed off and voted to give me X dollars in the 2017 financial appropriation, right? You signed off to give me that. You short me by 50 million. And I'm just supposed to sit back quietly and just, you know, just go along like as though it's nothing. $50 million, $160 million could make a big difference in Tobago. And we cannot sit down and smile and play friendly. It doesn't hurt to use the system. The protocol is that if you owe me, we could go through a legal process and you give us what you
want. The people must be educated about the legal process that I believe they're talking about is to invoke the dispute resolution commission or committee or whatever they call it, you know. And there's in law that what it is comprised of, I think, one person from the THA, one person from the government, and one person from somewhere else. I can't remember. There are 3 or 4 persons, I think, on the thing. So that is triggering that, and that is required by law.
That's by law.
To go to court. But I think a judge or somebody is supposed to be on it as well.
But there are some Tobagonians who are fearful. I know we time up. There are some Tobagonians that are fearful. Every time we take a position, that seems to be a front to central government. So we must maintain our posture as being the little sister to the big sister Trinidad.
Yeah, I don't support them view, because I find we must look at each other very respectfully.
Because we are the older
I was Secretary for Agriculture. Keith Rowley was Minister of Agriculture.
Yes.
Sometimes Keith will call me and say, listen, Jerry boy, this place, we have some research thing with Cardi up at Goldsboro. He could tell me, I'm going Goldsboro, I hear only have some nice thing, they want a few plants and things. I say, no problem, talk to the officer in the area and let them organize for you and so on.
Yeah.
You know, that's the kind of camaraderie. They have an international conference on something. Keith will call me, Prime Minister will call me, he was Minister of Agriculture. He called me and said, Jerry boy, this thing is an interesting thing to happen. I want you to be at this conference taking place in Lucia or wherever. Come and see what is happening. And that was the kind of relationship. We were two different parties.
But does that mean that as a consequence you're going to allow him to run roughshod over you?
It never happened as far as I'm
experienced. You cannot allow it to happen.
Me and Chairman Dinoon went down and two other people, I think Alan Richards and whoever, went down and we sit down and talk to Manning. When I tell you funding, let them call you funding problems like we had in the early days. What are you talking about? No money. You have a fella in the office of the Prime Minister and Minister of Finance. They instruct them not to send additional 1 cent more to THA. When we couldn't take it anymore, I tell Chief Chairman, call the Prime Minister. Let me see if you could arrange a meeting. We want to discuss some serious matter. Call the Prime Minister, Manning say, listen, Chairman, how can I help you? How can I help you? You know Manning already any friendly style. Say, you want to come down or you want me to come up? Just like that, over the phone, we say we go come down. You say, want to come down on Sunday? Yes, we come down any day you're comfortable with. We go down this Sunday. Me, Alan Richard, Chairman Dinoon, and who else? Benny Armstrong, I think.
But then do you notice...
And after that, the situation has changed. Yes, but because we make a serious attempt to reach out.
Why are you saying the situation has changed? As we said
the situation changed at that time.
At that time, for that battle.
That's right.
But the war is not won as yet. And until the war is won, we have to continually agitate
and use all levels and part of strategies,
legal systems. Sometimes we have to go to the court, but we have to win this battle.
You have to. You have to
create the greatest
not just win, but you have to resolve the issue. When we start talking about
better word.
You have to resolve the issue for the benefit of the people of Tobago, particularly.
Yes.
You have to resolve the issues that we have. And you have to have a serious discussion, put people sit down and talk and have a drink and relax yourself and then have a serious conversation.
And then again, you know, you're dealing with different characters.
Yeah.
You're dealing with different personalities.
And you have some serious conditions that you have to deal with here too.
And we have, is a whole network, is like a moving target. These negotiations and conversations, like a moving target.
And it's difficult for you all at this time. You know. It's not easy to see some politically directed police, you know, come inside, take your phone, go in your private house.
Yes. Harassing your wife on the road.
Harass you.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, that is political, you know, trouble that they're looking at. And having the police do this kind of thing. So many other issues police, I think, could have intervened. They intervened. But they make this a big political thing to come and embarrass them. So you really have some challenges in terms of situation.
Different to when
sometimes, boy, to make peace, and to ensure you have progress, you have to sometimes put these things aside. My daughter have a nice thing, she does say, just put them to the foot of the cross.
Oh, yes,
let God deal with that.
Yes.
But we have to move on. We have to. We have a couple 100,000 or million, 1.5 million people to satisfy. We are the official, you all are the official representatives of the island, you know. You are the entity by law, a certain responsibility.
That's right.
And the Prime Minister and them a certain responsibility. Let me put you together now. Forget all this bantering and thing. Put them to the foot of the cross. Let me move ahead. Time is running out.
How could you forget? What means you say something? You say something. We're gonna be here whole morning. We are. Listen. It appeared at one point that Ho Choi Charles, it appeared, would have been the one to break the yoke. Yeah, it appeared that way. But we
break the yoke with respect to what?
With respect to Tobago not being treated fairly. So he took bold steps back in those days. That was in the late 1990s, coming up to 2000 and so on. He took some bold steps, and it didn't work out because apparently it was not the best strategy at the time, right? But we saw with the ring bang adder, all those things pass through the political space. I'm still wondering, because there are a lot of people who are in the politics who have this view that Tobago must wait indefinitely. Because we waited through Big Art, APT James, Murray, Robinson, Jefferson, Dinoon, Ho Choy Charles, London. Here we are, right down 120 plus years in a union where we are not being treated fairly. And there are Tobagonians who, because of our nature, has been a peaceful people. We could be peaceful and yet agitate respectfully for what is ours. And I don't think we should ever surrender that, because sometimes the conversation seems to suggest that we must just go along until when? Yeah? Now that guys like you are around, your generation, you have not given up the fight, I know that. And I appreciate that you are here this morning and you are still agitating in your own way for the best for Tobago. And I hope that you never come off that platform. I hope you always stay on that platform. I hope you want, I know you want the best for Tobago, and so do we.
I take your comments with all humility,
yes,
and so on, and I just feel I'm doing God's work, but I really had to put my Tobago population first.
Yes.
I just feel that with the struggle that's been going on so long, we have to do whatever is required.
Yes.
We have to press ahead, you embarrass people, you suggest things, but we have to let peace work first.
Yes.
There must be some peace before there's progress. After progress, there's be love and happiness and prosperity and so on. Let me create a situation of peacefulness first.
Yes, of
Let me
course.
settle some issues and
And
so
do you
on.
know? Do you know?
And all of us, all of you,
yes,
have ability to do that, even better than me.
Yes, and do you know that sometimes you have an ailment and the best treatment is bitter bush? You don't know ice cream? There are times for ice cream. There's a time for everything. And sometimes in the Tobago political struggle, there might be a time when you need to put a hot cup, an enamel cup of bitter bush on the table.
There's a medicine, what they call it, Buckley's. Buckley's had an ad.
It tastes awful.
It tastes awful.
But it works.
But it works.
Yes.
You know, just
and
go over these awful things, move from that,
just
and
like
see
you,
the thing work.
Just like you, when we travel to Trinidad as assemblymen and we meet the ministers who we might appear to be abrasive with in the media and so on, I am witnessing it. I'm seeing our secretaries shaking hands, having conversations, taking a drink together. I hope it's grape juice they're drinking, I don't know. But they're taking a drink together and we converse, because beyond the politics,
we have an island and a
country to run.
Yeah.
But there is a need for us at times. We need to drink somebody had to drink a little bit of bush. And it works out to the best.
Yeah,
it works.
And we have to stop begging for water to boil the kettle head. We have to find other ways to get the water and to boil the kettle head.
And sometimes we have the kettle head there, we're begging for water, but we really own a waterfall, you know. We own a waterfall. You know?
Oh boy, I love that.
Oh, Lord, help me, Holy Ghost.
Yeah. All right, Sonny boy, that was great. Man. That was great. That was great. Yes, so much other thing we had to talk about,
man.
but you know the politics. You have to deal with the politics in a particular way,
of course,
and so on. You know, and I lived through the thing, and I saw the good, the bad, the indifference with different people, and all this he Rowley behaving there. There's a nice and pleasant side to Keith Rowley.
Everybody have a nice and pleasant side. Everybody.
All you hear is he takes his politics seriously.
Yes, man.
And he's very experienced. He's more than 40 years he have in politics. You know, it's not difficult to beat him, but at the same time you could beat him with integrity.
I catch you a long time, you know. I catch you a long time. I'll carry the message for you. You give me a message.
You gotta create a peaceful environment, and then we will see we have progress, and we have love, and all kind of possibilities,
and togetherness.
And togetherness, which is quite key. Of course. Thanks again, my brother.
Yes, sir.
Keep up the good works, but we just have to try harder and work smarter.
Yes, sir. All right.
Folks, this brings us to the end of the program. Next week, Monday, who we have, boy? We have
Deputy Chief. We have the Chief. We have
Zorisha. Yes.
Oh, that's my girl.
Zorisha Hackett. Next week, Monday, God's willing. And so on. And I know she's excited to come on the program. She meet me all about and tell me I'm looking forward to coming and having it out with you. I say, no problem, my dear. So look forward to that next week. Zorisha Hackett. And then after that Tuesday, I think we have the Deputy Chief Secretary. And we have not had a positive response from the minority yet. If that is so, we try to fit them in either the Tuesday or Wednesday, and then if not, well, we have the Chief Secretary on Wednesday next week. Okay, folks, see you again next week, Monday. Enjoy your weekend. Do something positive. Do something to show that we have to work together to be the best or the greatest little island on the planet. Take care.